Hi guys, thank you for joining me. I hope you're well. My name is Amir and I talk to you from my studio in London called Feeling the Healing, where I teach what it is to heal and what it is that we're looking for to feel in order to connect to truth. So I wanted to share with you a simple notion about what truth is. So there's two types of truth. There is the truth of unity, i.e. how an organism comes together to form oneness, or a society, or a relationship, or a planet, or a solar system, or a galaxy, the elements, how they bind, how they form. So there is the unity of structure, and then there are the parts of the structure. As long as the part is reflecting its own experience as a part, it holds the truth on the scale of separation. Once a part of whatever it is, and everything is a part of something, has come to the conclusion that it wants to join a larger structure, it then becomes part of the alkaline force, or the force of unity. So as human beings, if we examine our hand, for instance, or our face, let's start with the hand. Each finger represents what's known as a separate truth, okay? And that separate truth has a certain function, and they come together in order to do whatever we do with hands, gripping, art, typing, you name it, massaging, expressing, whatever it is. So obviously a hand is a reflection of that which everything comes from, the unity, and then the expression of separation. Now we can see in a hand very clearly that you can't have just one truth and not the other. You can't have the truth that is unifying things, overriding the truth that is separating things. So there has to be a willingness or flexibility that unity has as a consciousness to allow separation to take place within it. What shouldn't happen, though, because that's really deadly, is when separation forgets where it comes from. Imagine a finger forgetting that it's coming from a hand that is obviously one. There's one center palm for all fingers, one center trunk for all branches in a tree. So when a finger forgets that it's part of a whole, there you have a problem. So life as a truth is designed that unity will enable the separation to take place, so the separation could reach newfound frontiers, and then find the causality that brings it together like a thumb to a finger and return back to alkaline, back to unity. And in that process of returning, it would gather lots more experience that it wouldn't have before. So life as a whole is evolving into separating itself only to then come back together in a larger sense of oneness. So I may say words that would seem to divide things only to then bring them back into the words that unify things. I might experience emotion that divide me for other people, only to experience a greater love and compassion for other people later, to come together in a greater love and experience for all, including me. In the face, we see that the eyes are separated from the ears are separated from the nose is separated from the mouth. And yet, the face has to be one. There is no point for the eyes to see one thing and for the ears to analyze and give you a scale for something completely different. So obviously the ears tap into the eyes, but what the ears do, the eyes can't do, as well as what the eyes do, the ears can't do. Eyes, light. Light can be the light of the sun, AM light, really good. You can follow Dr. Jack Kruse's amazing information about what is it about the alkaline nature of the AM light. Light, through Kabbalistic knowledge and yogic knowledge, mainly Kabbalistic though, is wisdom. In other words, how you think. The original thought of God. What is a divine thought? What makes a thought divine? What are the binding forces that give power to this thing that we call thinking? that obviously we're not aware of the power of it. Thinking is light. So with your eyes you think or you see light. With your ears you create magnetism. Yeah, like the ears left and right. The balance of things is the magnetic nature of things. And then the nose is born from the ear and the eyes. You can see it's connected. The nose says, look, I feel the center between left and right, between any scale you give me, up and down, past and future. Any scale, I am the center point of that scale. Very important. It understands light, it understands scaling of magnetism. And finally, the mouth, like the saliva in it, reflects water. All that we are is water. Inside our body is like a sea creature, you know, it's like everything lives in liquid. Yeah, we borrowed life forms, mitochondria and life forms in ourselves that actually come from the sea. We know that. So the reality inside is very hydrated. Let's say 78 or 80% water, some would say 90% water, it doesn't matter. All this water is affected by what your eyes see and what your ears do and how your nose pinpoints. So your mouth reflects the water. Light, magnetism, centering of magnetism and light, then the water. Water, think of tide, think of waves, everything interacts. So all we have is light, magnetism and water. All we have is the parts that are actually apart and yet they're not apart because they're together. Look, it's one face, but it's the eyes. Oh, it's the ears. No, it's the nose. No, it's the mouth. But it was then. Oh, now it's here now. And it will be in the future. All these ideas, time is a concept. Everything is in time. Whether you're tapping into now or what was or what will be makes no difference. It's just intention. The face is one. You're tapping through the eyes. You're tapping through the ears. You're tapping through the nose. You're tapping through the mouth. The hand is one. You use your index finger, your middle finger, your penultimate, your pinky. You follow the drift. We are one. And yet, we have to be separated. So, the way nature works is this. The greater capacity is of alkaline, of oneness. The lesser capacity is of separation. And separation has every right to be. Because there is essence in it being that separation. It's experiencing that degree of separation. There is lots in that. But ultimately, we die without enough connection to oneness. In other words, if we don't have enough alkaline in our system, we don't produce good copies. Our cells begin to age and eventually we die. And it goes through to any organism in this nature. We are formless by nature. If I'm both unity and separation, I'm neither. I'm the unity before structure. Before there was even a thought of separation, all there was is unity. And then there is structure. The structure showing itself. Look, this is an organism. It's called a human being. It's one. And yet you dive inside. It's made out of, hundreds of millions of cells, each individual units, different organs, different function, different things. It seems like a whole universe inside the human made out of different things, and they all have to come together somehow to bring oneness. Do you get it? Well, I hope you do. I hope you do. Because once we get it, there is something we need to do in the heart. And again, it's the equivalent of that process of 4, which is beautiful. Okay? So in the heart, we have to express something. And this thing is already expressed in us. I feel something. Either I feel my own thing, I feel someone else's stuff. It doesn't matter. I feel. It then naturally evokes a reaction in me or some kind of just become aware. This is my experimentation with it. This is my emotion or this is my state, and now I'm experimenting. Oh, what's good about it? Oh, what's bad about it? It brings me closer to people. It makes me want to run away from people. It gives me confidence. It takes away confidence. Let whatever it is, be aware of it. Then let it integrate. So that's the third stage. Integrate it with your system. And on the first stage, transcend it. Let whatever is in that energy that can become you, that return back to oneness that you are, bring it in with you. And whatever part of it that can't come back with you to oneness, let it out of your system. You do the same with food. You choose something from the fridge or from a menu, you eat it. That's the experimentation of it, what flavor, what texture. Then you swallow it. It has to become you. It has to integrate in your gut, right? All those wonderful bacteria that do all this work for us. Ideally, you want to eat food that becomes you as soon as possible. Food that takes a long time to become you creates lots of issues in the flow that you are. And finally, at the end of the digestion system, the digestive process, right? That which is vital energy comes back into me, and that which is waste is pushed to be a later poo or any other extract that the body will use to release whatever it is it doesn't need. So we gotta trust the process. My process is to experience separation and then to bring it back to oneness. To experience someone else's separation and help them come back to oneness. You can't really understand anything unless you experience a sufficient amount of unity. Obviously, fear is separating. Love is unifying. So I hope this is something you can kind of reflect on, and it will make sense as you move through these strange times that really show what it is that connects things and what it is that separates things. What is true, what is life. Be well, keep yourself balanced and positively charged in these strange times. Don't let anyone tell you what you need to do with you, but let your own sense of being emerge every day like a little snail coming out of the shell, and see if you can work with it, whatever is coming from you, whatever is coming from the people you love and you share your life with. Be softer as you experience yourself. Be more open-minded about what you can do with the energies you feel. Namaste. Be well.